welcome back to our YouTube channel. Our topic for today is 5 stages to become a profitable trader. So during this video itself, you must understand what are the 5 stages to allow us to become a successful or profitable traders, and which stage you are right now. You need to identify by yourself, and subsequently we need to understand what stops us from progressing from one stage to another stage. What are the common mistakes that we are going to face with? So once you understand, you will know the solution or how do you overcome it to become a profitable traders. Now, before I start, as usual, if this is your first visit, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channels and on your notification bell. My name is Ting Ting. As usual, before we start, we need to do a disclaimer. Our topic for today is only meant for education purposes. There's no buy or sell call. Now, let me identify what are the 5 stages most traders experience before they become a profitable traders. Actually, all the stages, they are very simple, but it's just that we might not be aware. Actually, these are all the 5 stages that we are going to experience. Now, let me show you the 5 stages before I continue to explain each stage of it. Now, the first stage is making losses. And when we move to the stage 2 is we are going to reduce our losses. So initially, maybe you are making a big loss. Subsequently, you are going to reduce your losses. And moving to stage 3, we are going to face with break even. Then subsequently move to stage 4, we are going to make a little profit. Until stage 5, we are going to generate consistent profit. And from there, we are going to scale our profit. So you're going to scale up very fast. Let's say, for example, making the first 100,000, it might be slightly difficult. Maybe it take longer time, and subsequently you are going to see that subsequently you're going to make the second 100,000. It will be more easier, and when you make the third 100,000, it will be even more easy. Now, before I continue, please pause the video and ask yourself which stage you are currently in. I repeat my question. Before you continue, please ask yourself, pause the video and ask yourself which stage you are currently in. You can share with us in the comment box which stage. Let's say, for example, you are at stage 1, just type in 1, stage 4, you just type in 4. Now, it's very important for you to really identify yourself which stage that you are currently in. And you need to be very honest in that sense. The worst scenarios is, I often hear from other traders is when I ask them, actually which stage that you are currently in. Normally they say that, hey, maybe I'm right now at stage 3, or maybe I'm right now at stage 2, and maybe I'm right now at stage 4. What is maybe? Whether you're making profit or you're making a huge profit, or you're breaking even, or you're reducing losses, by right, you should know easily. Because this is one of the ways that if we are able to identify which stage we are, then we will know how to overcome our problem and what kind of challenges that we're going to experience. Because, for example, if you're at stage 1, moving to stage 2, your challenges will be much different from those who are making from stage 4 to stage 5. When you are facing with different challenges, your solution or the way for you to overcome will be different as well. So it's very important for you to be able to identify which stage you are in. So if you do not know the answer, I strongly encourage you to really check it out. Either you check your statement or you really gather your information to understand right now whether you are making profit or you are actually in, let's say, for example, in a break-even stage, or you are at stage 1. It's okay, even you're at stage 1, but the problem is, if we do not even know which stage we are, how are we going to identify our challenges, and how do we know? How should we overcome it? As I mentioned to you, stage 1 to stage 2, challenges different, ways or methods to overcome will be different as well. And for those, if you manage to go through and reach stage 3, I should congratulate you. Because majority of the traders, they start at stage 1 and stage 2. Worse, many of them will never make a return, meaning they were being stuck at either stage 1 and they totally disappear in the investment or trading scenarios, or they start at stage 2. They are not able to progress to stage 3. That's the reason why sometimes you heard about your friends telling you that, oh, don't trade or don't invest. That's the worst part. You are going to lose, because they stuck there, but they do not know how to progress from stage 1 to stage 2 and from stage 2 to stage 3. There's method that we can progress. Clear? So remember to pause the video, identify your stage before you continue. Now, subsequently, I'm going to help you to identify 4 common mistakes that stop you from progressing from one stage to another. But I'm trying to focus in terms of the common mistakes from stage 1 to 2, 2 to 3, mainly from this part, because majority of the traders start at this level. So I will try to help you to identify majority of the part coming from this stage 1 to 2 or 2 to even 3. Now, what are the 4 common mistakes? Now, the first one is, it's not X trading system, it's no trading system. Meaning majority of you do not know exactly when to enter, exactly when to exit. When you trade, you do not have a standard way of doing that. Now, what is trading system? I'm not going to explain this video itself, but if you do not know, please check out our previous videos, because we have a few videos highlighting about the importance of having trading system. But if you have a trading system, as a layman perspective, is as simple as every time when you make a decision, is it a standardized way for you to make a decision or not? Is it a standardized process for you to make a decision whether to buy or to sell? Or sometimes when we buy or sell, we just go by feeling, or we just rely on others or others people tips or others people feeling or emotion for us to make a decision or not. So if you have a trading system, definitely you'll be able to make a decision whether to buy or sell with a standardized process or procedure. Now, the second common mistake is overtrading. Now, overtrading we can explain in many areas, but I'm going to highlight one very important part is easier for you to check against or benchmark against is when you compare to the margins that you have prepared, or another way around, either is your margin or your capitals that you have prepared. Do you overtrade? In what sense? For example, let's say based on your own risk management perspective, your rules is every time the margin required by Bursa, let's say for example, I will prepare another one time. Let's say for example, for your FKLI right now is 4,005. So if you prepare another one time, meaning you need 9,000 to trade one FKLI only. So at any point in time, if the number of contracts that you're holding for FKLI exceeded one contract, meaning you're already being categorized under overtrading. Is it easy for you to benchmark again? Very simple, right? So whatever you already set for rules, or whatever you already set in your trading system itself, you know that this is the way for you to manage it. And if you trade anything more than what you have already allocated, that is overtrading. So let's say for example, some of them, when you bang in 4,500 for one FKI, many of you will trade 2 to 3 contracts. So long as there's no margin call being called, you'll continue to trade. But that is definitely overtrading. You're going to see that you're going to suffer, especially for stage 1 to stage 2. You're going to suffer a lot, and there's no way for you to overcome that. Now, moving into the third mistakes, meaning poor execution. Now, poor execution also coming from many definitions, but I give you some example. Like for example, when you execute it, the time that you should not buy, you go and buy because hand very itchy, so you tend to go and buy. Or the time that you should not sell, you need to maximize your profit, but you do not do that because you worry that you might suffer. If you are not going to sell right now, subsequently you are going to suffer losses, so you do not hold on to your position. These are all categorized under poor execution. So these are all the things that we need to understand. And the last common mistake, especially from stage 1 to stage 2 and stage 2 to stage 3 is you are not having a trading journal. Now, trading journal, what is trading journal? Trading journal meaning is like a place for us to record our trades before and after our trades being done, and after we close the trade, and we need to identify what is the problem. If you do not record your trading, the execution that you have done, there's no way for us to identify our problems and overcome our mistakes. Now, I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say, for example, today when we make money, do we actually ask ourselves, this particular trade, when we make money, is because of our luck, or because we really, based on our ability, we go and make the money? Because sometimes making money, it can be purely coming from our luck. So when you do not have trading journals, there's no way for you to identify the problems that you're facing, and there's no way for you to really rectify it. When you do not look into the mistakes that you are having right now, there's no way that you're going to overcome. So if that's the scenarios, you're not able to go through the path. I give you a very layman explanation. Today you're walking on the path, a road. If there's a hole in front of you, let's say, for example, every time when you reach that particular hole and you do not ask people to go and do something with the hole itself, you're going to see that every time when you reach that particular place, you're going to fall into the hole. There's no way for you to progress along the way. So it is very important for us to understand what are the challenges, and we need to find way to overcome it. If not, you're going to stuck at one stage and there's no way for you to progress. So just now, that particular example is a very simple example for you to understand. Now, the last part is our stage of learning and versus our health. Throughout the years, when you involve yourself in investment and trading, when the years passes by, you're going to see that our wealth is going to be accumulated more and more as well. That is the general rules that we need to reach. So with that, along the way, you're going to see that we are going to face a lot of challenges or obstacles. You're going to see that the only way for us to leap over the obstacles is to do what? Is to fasten our learning path. And from one obstacles to leap over to another obstacles. So by learning, by identifying our areas of disadvantages, we overcome it. That is the only way that we can go through one obstacles to another obstacles. So it's very important for us to learn and push ourselves faster to leap over from one obstacles to another obstacles. So this is the conclusion. If you want to grow your wealth fast, you need to get over the hurdles as quickly as possible. And you're going to see, let's say, for example, the first road, we're going to see that we keep on like hovering at the same stage, but subsequently you find a method you learn already, you can overcome. You're going to see that you move towards this, meaning that you leap from this to another obstacles faster, and even the third time it will be faster. I give you an example. Last time, if you play video games, the first level 1, maybe it took you 5 minutes to pass the level 1, and when you face the level 2, then you fail. You need to start with level 1 again. But this round, when you want to go through level 1, you're going to go faster because you have the experience. You already learned how to overcome it. So from 5 minutes, maybe you can reduce to 4 minutes, and you go to level 3, you fail. You need to start with level 1 again, and this round, maybe you're going to reduce to 3 minutes, and etc. So the only way for us to go from stage 1 to stage 2 and stage 2 to stage 3 is we need to go through the hurdle faster, and learning is the only way that we can overcome. So I hope that today the videos is going to help you in your trading and investing journey. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channels and on your notification bell, and give us a thumbs up, a like, or give us some comment if you have some opinions or some comments about the class itself, or your own. Share with us your own learning experience in the comment box. My name is Ting Ting. I'm going to see you in our next video. Bye bye.